There you go, guys. Right, I've decided to make a new floor plan for the other side. Oh, pan, not plan, pan. So this is the start of my floor pan for this, for in here. So basically I've copied that other side. I've started putting, so I want to put these in deeper. I'm going to do another pass on these shortly and try and do these a bit deeper. And I possibly will maybe do a bit more around this, make it a little bit deeper. But really I've got to, I'm not sure whether I'm going to actually just cut it round through here and just weld it up to that edge, or whether I actually continue on and put more, a wee bit more depth in that and then actually fold that edge up. I'm just not 100% sure what I'm going to do there yet. Still working on that one. But I've also cut the body drain hole and the plug. Well, I didn't push it right in there, but it will fit in there. There's going to be another one cut in here eventually, like the other side. I just basically do as close as I can to a mirror image of the other side, except for where the those two holes in are. I've added a little raised piece there, which is in the same place, to put the gas pedal in. So that's about that so far. Right, here you go, guys. I've got this where I'm reasonably happy with it. You know, I'd like to have some of these ribs a bit straighter and tidy, but I was sort of doing it by myself. So, but we've got it sort of semi-trimmed up to where I need it at the moment. I've still got it. I've marked it where it fits in this floor now. I'll show you how I did that. So now I've got a dirty great hole here. So I'm going to be able to get rid of a lot of those. So I should be able to trim up the floor back here somewhere and through here, I'm hoping, and get rid of a lot of that. I don't see any point going back any further than here. Like I've trimmed the where they've overlapped this under here, I've trimmed that off. You know, I'll trim this up a little bit neater, and just trying to decide what I'm going to do here, where I'm going to join it in here, whether I cut this off down here and just overlap this little edge and weld it along the bottom and then along the top, and just put some sort of rust protection in there and maybe some weld through primer on that edge. And then there's a double skin in here where the front subframe mount is, so we'll have to get that away and clean all that up and get that all sorted. So yeah, I should be able to cut it right back up into here somewhere and get this all trimmed up nicely, and that'll be a lot tidier. And then, you know, I should be able to actually come back down through here and tidy this up. Actually, might better run the grinder down there and actually cut that join and clean that up and actually join it together a bit nicer, so it's a lot cleaner, and then I can actually grind the weld off instead of it being overlapped like it is. So that's, we're sort of part way there of sort of cleaning this mess up. So that'll do in the meantime. I'll do a bit more and we'll do some more. Cheers. Righty guys, so we're all but ready to put this back in place. So I've got this all trimmed out, sort of almost all ready to go. I've just got to do some final trimming on this edge, and maybe it's a little bit on this edge, ready to put it in. The other thing I did do is I got in here with a, let's get down a bit lower, I got in here with a hammer and dolly, and I just, because this was sort of pointing in and then out, you know, like it wasn't really sort of very well shaped, so I got in there with a hammer and dolly and I actually beat the crap out of it and sort of got it a bit better shape. So at least now I can possibly just even put a bit of filler on it and just smooth it out, and it won't be too bad. Just to hide any of this if I do happen to leave this tunnel in. So I've actually got it on this side anyway. Just down a bit lower. So that was sort of all really sort of kicked in queer angles, and I've actually sort of beaten the crap out of it, and sort of got it sitting a bit square and more even, and so at least it's not too bad now. And I've cut all that excess ugly stuff away from in here, so at least now I can weld it on there properly and sort of hammer and dolly and get it all right and grind it all off smooth, and so at least that bit will be alright. That's about what we've got done here today. So I'm back again, guys. I'm going to got this ready to weld in, so I'm going to try and start tacking in a few corners and get this squared up, because it's a bit sort of twisted with doing the bead rolls and stuff like that. So I'm going to tap weld it in here first, and then slowly get it all sort of sitting flat and sort of do a tap every 100mm or so around here, and just try and get it all squared up, get everything sitting properly before I actually fully weld it all. So that's what we'll do for a start off, so we'll get into it. Getting there. Getting there. There. Again. I finished welding that, just that little piece near there now, because I left that until I cut that so I could knock it down a little, and that'll be right. And then I'll weld these holes up, because it's meant to be a windscreen washer foot pump in here, but I'll put a little electric motor, and then I'll just put a push button on the dash, because the dash has actually had quite a few holes put in it that I've got to weld up anyway. So I'll find a nice little button that I can put in there that'll suit, and I'll just make that the windscreen washer button instead of the old foot plunger that used to be on the floor. So I'll tidy those holes up too, and this one here must be in the dip switch, I think, so I'll leave them. So yeah, apart from that, we're not far away from a clean up, and then I'll tidy up underneath and just double check and grind everything off flush and clean it all up. And that's the flooring. So that's good. It's nice and solid, and just doesn't look like the other piece did. Just sort of tacked in there. Like, it was going to be plenty strong enough, being close to 2mm thick, but it just didn't look nice. Now, by the time I got this cleaned up and grind up and fix these few welds and tidy some of these other bits up and pieces underneath, it's not going to matter so much on the inside. It's the underneath, when you're seeing it underneath and people underneath the car and all that sort of stuff. I know part of it's going to be hidden with the subframe, but I just want it to make it look right. That's my big thing. So we'll get back to it and we'll catch you later. Cheers. Oh yeah.
At least they're alright. Empty. Right there? Yep.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some food.
Alrighty, so what's happening when I'm hammering that is it's keeping that, it's making the metal maintain that gap, so it doesn't keep pulling in and get tighter and tighter and tighter and then start bowing. And obviously now it's not too bad for heat, but it's just getting a little